I like to work out in the morning and get my serotonin and dopamine up because I can be anxiety, head case, just like anybody else. So I just know the good medicine for me, exercise is the drug of choice. So I get into the gym. I move my body as much as possible. I ride my electric bikes. I usually take my daughter to school. I like to spend as much time with my children as possible. I like to meditate, but I also like my sleep. So if I get to bed a little bit later, I like to make sure I get 8 hours of sleep. And so you want to be balanced human is what you want. So meditation, I love, and I spent many years practicing Vipassana meditation, 10-day courses in silence. And I practiced up to 2 hours a day when I first got into it and sobered up about 20 years ago. 1999 was when I first started meditating. It's a great tool, but sometimes I can't get there and I just need to brush my teeth and take a shower and get ready. Then I ride my daughter to school, which is a great joy. I like being with her and making sure she's safe. And, kids don't ride their bikes to school anymore. I mean, I'm teaching my child resiliency, independence, getting her out there. I really wanted them on bikes and it was a challenge. My ex-wife fought me on that. And I'm like, no, when I was a child, I had a bike. It represents freedom and individuality. So I ride her to school, then I go to the gym, and that's a good, all the way from school to the gym, that's probably about a 40-minute bike ride. And even though they're electric bikes, my lymph is moving, right? You're moving and it's cold or hot. I get a lot of movement, not just exercise, but movement. Then I go Whole Foods juice bar, get something to drink, socialize. And then when I get to the gym, I like to stretch and move my body to make sure it's loose enough to load up my spine, load up my musculature. I like to do legs and deadlifts as many times a week as I can, but that's usually once a week sometimes because I don't want to load up my body if it's out of whack because you can injure yourself. And so I really pay attention to my body. I stretch out my calves. I do a lot of the backwards walking for my knees and my biomechanics. So I'll do that. And just recently I started doing more cardio, and I haven't done cardio in years. I usually just keep moving in the gym. So I'll go from one weightlifting exercise to the next. Like I'll do squats. I do a lot of fascia workout. So I'll take dumbbells, and instead of doing curls, which isn't functional, makes your biceps look good, but I'll do what's called the runners. And so I'll move really slow, like it's a weighted qigong. And so it's really slow. So it gets the whole movement and the whole range of motion. And I also squeeze the dumbbells and plant my feet. So my whole fascia system is activated. So I'll do like squats, runners, and then I'll do like Australian push-ups, which is good for the rhomboids and the posterior chain. You kind of lay down and you pull up. I use the TRX.
So almost like reverse push-ups.
Yeah. So I'll do something like that and just keep moving through those exercises. I don't stop moving in the gym. And that throws all those people that sit at the machines forever with their phone. Do you see those guys?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, that's such a trip. Like I try and get rid of my phone as much as possible throughout the day. Sometimes I get to leave it at home. Sometimes I just leave it in the locker room, but just keep moving in the gym, get a little cardio when I can. I've been doing about 30 minutes of cardio. I just wanted that sweat. I'll go in the sauna as well. I have a sauna at my house. I have an ice bath at my house. Plunge sponsored me with an ice bath. Big shout out to Plunge. They're great. My buddy Dom over there at Plunge. And then I just move, and then I get into the trails at least once a week, hopefully more. I like to do barefoot walking, and the rocks are very sharp in Phoenix. And so barefoot walking is good. Backwards walking is good. Just being outside.
And then what's the food schedule in there?
So I'll wake up, I'll do like apple cider vinegar and maybe baking soda as a flush, keep my intestines clean, or lemon water.
I'm hearing great things about baking soda lately.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely, I bathe in baking soda. I do mineral baths maybe once a week, sometimes a couple times a week. Borax, baking soda, and Epsom salts. And you're magnesium deficient if you put 6 pounds of Epsom salts in a bath and you sleep like a baby. So I hydrate in the morning. That's what I do. I prefer to stay off caffeine. I was off it for about a year this past year, and I just got back on it. And that's always the trip,
It's so seductive.
Oh my God. And it's such a narcotic, man. So yeah, I'm on a little bit. I like mate and I like coffee. There's just something about the taste. And this whole past year when I was off of it, I kept chipping away at a decaf. And it was like, I still wanted that coffee. I prefer to be off coffee. I like tobacco as well. I just prefer to be as sober as possible, as much as possible. But, life is a powerful experience. And sometimes I like to get high, man. There's just no doubt about it. I don't drink. I choose not to drink because drinking leads to problems.